Howdy.
Good evening, Ben. How are you?
Good, good, good. How is your afternoon, your day?
Oh, I left work and did all the chores and still kind of unwinding after a long weekend. So,
Very cool, very cool. Yeah.
yep.
Well, we'll talk about like our weekends in a little bit.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely a loaded cryptic statement.
yes,
So,
yes,
but yeah, I
that
guess
was very cryptic.
yes, we have like a
But
race coming up, don't we?
yes, yes, we do. We have quite a few things going on, but regarding Ironstone, it's time to get super excited. We are just a few hours to 50 days out. So it's time to, you take the what is it, the grind, the hay's in the barn or needs to be in the barn soon or fall in a hay hole or I don't
What?
know that all of these terms. I had another race director say something about a hay hole, which is like a hole in a barn where like you drop hay in. But I thought he was saying hey hole, as in watch out, don't fall in the hole. So
Did you fall in one?
no, no,
Well, then it worked.
yeah, it worked. So, but anyways, yeah. So let's talk about some of the other things that have been going on, like some other projects. Maybe I'll start. I'm kind of in the middle of my busy period. I'm also co-RD for the World's End Ultra Marathon coming up next week, the 31st of May. Dave Walker, our illustrious RD for that race, is getting everything prepared for that event. So pretty busy with that. And then, well, then after that, it's yeah, Ironstone, and after that, it's Eastern States. So that's in August, and then after that, it's well. Anyways, it continues on and on until the end of October. So, what have you been up to, Patrick?
Oh, I went scouting some trails. Got one of these.
Nice, shiny.
So 100-mile finish this weekend. Oh my god, there are so many rocks out there. My feet loved every step.
Oh
Like
wow!
Massanutten and Ironstone, like these trails could be like brother and sister.
I had a runner who did Ironstone a few years ago. Come into one of the aid stations, recognized me, and said, there's a little bit of ironstone back there." So, yeah, but
Yeah, beautiful, gorgeous, rocky course. So many rocks. Um, Aid stations were top notch. Big shout out to Virginia Happy Trails Club for running an awesome event. And I don't know if it's too late to do this. I was wondering if we could set up some kind of rock exchange, like
oh
pooling
yeah,
our resources. So if we get some,
I believe it's the same type of aggregate material, like whatever that quartzite or something like that that we share these mountains with. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. I mean, they don't need their rocks now. The race is done for them. So, we can, add some more to ours. So,
yeah, super good event. And some of my crew were Ben right here, Carl and Stephanie, who run Johnstown Running Club, were there. They run the Key Mahoning, which is a wonderful 50K. And they have shorter options too. And Avocado Tom. If you haven't heard of
yes,
him, it's just you haven't heard of him yet. Trail
yes.
was awesome as well.
And a, no, bee, not like a barfly, but he's always everybody's best friend the 10 seconds after you meet him. He
Mm.
has the gift of being approachable. So, yeah, yeah. Shout out to all of those that help you out, and shout out to myself. I'll put
Mostly you, of
pat my
course.
head in the back. Yeah, more shout out to Virginia Happy Trails Running Club. They do some really great stuff. Um,
Absolutely.
so, um, one of the big news that has happened is we have a major sponsor, Bronco Wild Fund in the neighborhood Ford store. The neighborhood Ford store is the regional Ford dealership organization in Western Pennsylvania and Northern West Virginia. And they have a thing called the Bronco Wild Fund. And they go across the nation supporting uh, state parks, state forests at that level, and also contribute back to the events and wild places that are across the nation. So we're so delighted that they are a major sponsor, and what that means is, well, we get to have a big donation that we will pass down to the organizations that we support, including the local fire departments and EMS, and also some of the trail organizations and trail maintenance projects that are happening in this region. So that's appreciative. And also, Canoe Creek State Park will get a sizable donation, and they will be using that not only for trail maintenance, but they're going to be putting together a new nature fitness trail in the park, kind of behind the pavilion and over toward the lake. So they are really appreciative of that as well. But what's going to happen is the day of the race, we're going to be in conjunction with Bronco Wild Days. They're going to have this big sort of like this campsite featuring, some of their Broncos, and have some outdoor games and activities, some educational opportunities to learn about the organization. You'll have a chance to do some test drives. Well, maybe not those running, but maybe your crew might have chance to do a test drive, or they also are giving it a chance to give away a Ford Bronco, and a lot of other really cool things that are going to be happening at Canoe Creek State Park the same day as the as our event. So we are delighted to have them aboard.
Yeah, very appreciative. And if you're new to us, we're a complete nonprofit. Ben and I are paid entirely in aid station snacks. We're not
Yes.
collecting because we try to generate a lot of money for local trails, local parks, just kind of trying to pay it forward. So thank you so much to Bronco Wild Fund and Neighborhood Ford Store for just being on board with that. You're great.
Very cool. Yes. Also, just want to brief shout out to Trail Sisters. Ironstone is a Trail Sisters sponsored and endorsed race. So, we're trying to promote equal gender representation in our races, and doing what we can to, help, all genders, have a great race day, and be in a very safe and comforting environment for everyone. And also First Frontier Blair County, they're kind of the local economic development organization here in Blair County, and they are putting their support and endorsement through to our organization. So we're glad to have them along as well, along for the ride, that you can say. So thank you. So, Pat, I know, you haven't been, at the house, at home quite a bit. You've been doing some other activities out, on the course. So, if you can maybe talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we hosted our first training run a couple weekends ago, and then I very selfishly tapered for my own race. And now that I can stand upright again, we have another group run posted. The next one's going to be Friday, June 6th. We have an 8 o'clock carpool at night, setting up for a 9 p.m. start. This is going to be from aid station 6 to aid station 7. This is the section that has the most navigation. We're starting it in dark, which this is the most useful training run we're going to offer. Now, when we do a training run, we call it party pace. We wait for everyone. We're talking, we're goofing around. There's no course records. We wait for everyone. We don't pace shame everyone. And we had a lot of scientists on the last one. So there were numerous like science stops of like, hey, this tree is cool. Well, this ash borer doesn't, this isn't an ash. Why is this bug going into this tree? I barely understood half the conversations. Yeah, for these group runs, everyone's welcome. You don't even have to sign up for the race. We're just happy to have people there. But this particular section has the most turns in the dark. And yeah, we're going to have ribbons up, but these are really good ones to see for a preview run. And then, excuse me. So Friday, June 6th, the Facebook event has already been created. We have a couple more preview runs. And we'll post it when we get to it.
Yeah.
Also, reach out. If you want to see a section, but that particular night doesn't work out, post on the page.
Yeah, and a thank you to the Rothrock Rascals. They are the local local trail running club that we are co-sponsoring with on these runs. And yeah, they have a great group that calls Rothrock their home, and we're glad to help each other and helping you and learning a little bit more about the course.
Yep, they'll help with shuffling, navigation, and they're just super cool. So thank you so much, Rascals. They also will be leading an aid station at Ironstone, and they'll be helping me at World's End at my aid station. I'm always the last aid station at Fern Rock. So yeah, just great stewards of the trail community.
Very cool. Excellent.
And that event is already created as of like 2 hours ago tonight.
Yeah. So one of the things about the course, you're also posting videos along the way. So
correct.
Talk a little bit about that.
So just as I get to it, I'm making more and more course previews. For example, about a month ago, started at aid station 8, ran to the finish, pulled out my phone and just took a little, just a video with a quick description of, hey, this is the road crossing, this is where the turn is, and compiled it together. Clearly, I did not go to film school, but it's a chance for you to actually see what these turns look like, see some of the navigation, check out the signs. Not only have I taken a couple of these, I recently started a YouTube channel specifically for Ironstone. So you could follow Ironstone on YouTube, or all of the relevant videos are posted on our website anyway. Realistically, we don't have the full course posted yet. I'm a teacher. Teacher unemployment is going to hit really soon, and I'll be able to get a lot of these up as we get closer to the race. But this is a good chance for, if you can't make the trip out or can't make a training run, you can, these videos will show you the turns, the signs, the hills, and could be very useful if you're nervous about navigation.
Yeah, and what we try to do, it's something that I think I even posted on World's End today. We like websites and information about a race. Like whenever we do races, we participate, at our own at other events. We want to see a lot of details about the course. A nice course description, maps. Aid station charts, even, stuff before the race, like, oh, well, where am I going to, sleep the night before, or how do I get to the event? So we really take a lot of time to put together a very thorough website. We have information about the race timeline, course maps and charts. We have a very lengthy and detailed course description, information for your crews, race rules, so on and so forth, because, we feel that, the best runner is the prepared runner. And the more stuff that we can give you to prepare for this race, the more that we can, help you succeed in completing the race. And along with that, we already have the race handbook online for you to look at. Basically, it's the website in a book form, but you can go in and learn everything you need to know about the race itself. And it includes a lot of nice photography. And I was showing this to somebody the other day, and they're like, ugh, rocks. But rocks can be your
Beautiful.
best friend. So,
Beautiful. Also, for participants, if you download that to your device or to crew, we don't always have reception on course. So if you download that guide, you have access to it when you might not be able to log into the website. So we hope it's there to be useful. And Ben,
yes.
thank you so much for putting so much work into that.
And also, if you go into course map and charts, not only are there, like hard copy or, digital files, but, there's always the GPX file, which you can, download to your device and help you guide along be guided along during your event. If you have like any questions, what you can easily do is just comment on the YouTube the video that you're watching right now, and we will be able to see it here and answer any questions that you have, and we'll answer them whenever they're relevant, or maybe just answer them whenever they are whenever we conclude this little live stream. So, anyways, yeah, just put your comments in the comment chat, and we will get to it. So,
yeah. We'll be doing another one of these closer to Ironstone. If anyone wants to log on to either tonight or in the future, give us your horror stories. Give advice to the new runners. Ask the questions. Make fun of us. Curse us out for the rocks. I don't know. You want to get your face? You want to get some screen time? Log in. We'll be happy to include you.
That indeed, yeah. I think we already have that scheduled for Monday before the race, if I remember correctly. So it's already on the calendar. So don't miss that. And if you come to this one late, or you're watching, some other time, all of these videos are on YouTube, so you can refer back to it and at your convenience. So, Patrick, aid stations. That's the question that I get a lot is, what are the aid stations like? What are they? How many? What's going on? What can you do there? So on and so forth. So if you want to talk a little bit about that.
What you can do at the aid station is read the website and the course manual ahead of time, so you know which ones you are allowed to go to and the ones you just are not allowed to go to. Now, if we say there's no access, especially 5 and 7, it's because they're hard to get to. People will get lost or stuck getting to it. It's not good for you to get there. There's no parking, and we have the right captains in place that your crew won't even need you anyway. But it's really important that read that ahead of time, because honestly, we don't want to have to disqualify a runner because their crew is somewhere where they're not supposed to be and breaking the rules. It puts your runner in a real bind. Just be sure that you are excuse me. Just make sure you're checking that out ahead of time. When you get to the aid station, captains might tell you, hey, park here, do this, be here, wait here. For example, not at Ironstone, at World's End every year, at my aid station, as captain, I spend more time working with crew because I don't need 20 people huddling around the table, getting in the way of the runner who comes in, or parking, blocking people trying to get access, blocking emergency vehicles. So if your captain is asking you to do something, they're trying to make things better for the sake of the runner. And please be cool about it. Please be patient about it. Because ultimately, we want your runners to be successful. But any structures, any boundaries and stuff we put in place, it's just to make everything work better. We don't want to take the race resources and suddenly there's a car stuck on the mountain going up to aid station 7 and we can't get an emergency vehicle there because a crew drove up a road they shouldn't. So we got you got to trust us on these. Those are all accessible. Ben, refresh me. What are the aid stations that are absolutely off limits?
Well, the ones that are off limits, there is Aid Station 1, which you really don't need to go miles from the start. Then Aid Station 3, Mount Etna. There's just not enough parking to accommodate some crew. But crew can go to Aid Station 4, no problem. There's a big parking lot there. At Aid Station 5, Coleraine, that's one of the spots that we really do not want you to be because of the trail, not the trail, but the road. The access road is rather narrow and it's right at the peak of a mountain. So it's very, very kind of difficult to park there. But especially Aid Station 7, it's up in a very remote part of the course. It's at Little Flat. There's divots and ditches and stuff like that, and getting stuck up there is really, really bad. And that's really about it. Now, there is sometimes, like, I don't know if you're using GPS. Now we do have course directions for crew on the website, but sometimes your Google Maps might take you someplace, and if they ever take you to a road called PA Furnace toward the town of PA Furnace, oh, do not take that road. I don't know how many people have tried that, and bad things happen to them.
I'm not saying we're smarter than Google, but the directions we give you on the website, at least, you'll probably be safer.
Correct. Also, park mindfully, like at the aid stations where you can crew. If, people are parked on, the left side of the road, park on the left side of the road. Most of these, aid stations are, on state forced roads, and they are narrow. And if you have people parking on both sides, vehicles aren't going to make it through. And most importantly, we need those roads open in case we need to send an ambulance or rescue team to help anything that may happen out on the course. So yeah, keep the roads and clear, and make sure just be smart. Also, please, like, respect the volunteers. Nothing kind of upsets me more whenever there are like some ungrateful runners start I don't know, complaining to an aid station captain, or asking something that isn't that the aid station captain would not know, and they get frustrated and stuff like that. They many of them spend like their entire night out in these remote sections, and the last thing that they want is to be have a hard time with any volunteers, because they're taking their time away from their own lives to help get through this course. So yeah, just be courteous, kind, and considerate. Should I say aid station volunteers? Because that just reminds me of something. Maybe I should do shout outs to some of the aid station captains that we have.
Yes, we should. Who is taking care of Aid Station 1 for us?
You want me to go through the entire? I could go through the entire list because we have
We're also
all
going
of
to
our
ping pong it
captains.
back and forth to make it look like we were coordinated and well planned, although we're not.
Well, well, I was gonna say that like all these aid stations are run by almost what you could call like professional aid station
Mm.
captains, and also a lot of the different running groups and organizations that support the trail. For example, Aid Station 2 is Victoria, who is leading the Altoona, PA runners, the local run organization here in Blair County. We have at number 3 an individual that ran the race once and has been very vocal and been an advocate for this race. And now she's taken over Aid Station 3. And she is also part of the Eastern States crew. One of the events that Eastern States Trail Endurance Alliance has is a women's training weekend for Eastern States, and she's been a supporter of that. So she'll be at 3. At 4, our good friend Janice, who's a volunteer coordinator for many different races and many different as an aid station captain at many other different events. We've got aid station captains that also are captaining from Eastern States and World's End. We've got like RDs that are manning aid stations, at different parts of the race. You said about the Rothrock Rascals. They are also doing an aid station at Little Flat. We've got the Central PA Rails to Trails organization helping out at one of the aid stations. So I'm delighted that we have such a big, and excited community that supports this event, because doing a lot of events, it's sometimes hard to get volunteers, and this is one of the races where it doesn't seem like we have too much trouble. Everyone really enjoys helping this event, and because this event is so unique, I think they feel really special and feel very they feel a lot of gratitude and uh, for helping out in this event. So
Yeah, if you're new to Ironstone, like we keep the best people around. You're gonna love the aid stations. I mean, to Pennsylvania in general, we take a lot of pride in our aid stations.
yeah, there is a thing about Pennsylvania aid stations. Traveling around, I know that I've been to other states and other locations where it's kind of like you got a person behind a table and just kind of like, you want water? There it is. We really try to like almost I don't know, as servants, to help you along and you know either get you out of the aid station or smart enough to do many of these events to know that maybe this is not your day. So yeah. Some other volunteers. I mean, we have like our immense trail corps and our trail boss, George Conrad, is already been out on the trails along with some of his friends like Burgess Smith and geez, my name's he's gonna be yelling at me like you're not gonna get any trail mix next time I see him. Uh, anyways, yeah, they're already out, working, cutting up trees and stuff like that for the trail. We've got Steve Pagano, who does medical for Eastern States. He'll be doing the medical supervision. We have EMS, search and rescue, either on standby or at many of the aid stations, ready to go. All the aid stations, because of the location, we have to communicate using ham radios, amateur radios. So we rely on the Horseshoe Curve Radio Club to provide that. And Kevin, who is the coordinator on that, does a tremendous job every year putting that together. There's like a lot of big trail organizations that we not only utilize these trails, but we help each other out. There's a Mid-State Trail Association that has to take care of 325 miles of trail that crosses Pennsylvania. We always support them, and they support us as well as what the Standing Stone Trail Club. That's another trail that we utilize for the course that bisects southern Pennsylvania. There's the Central Pennsylvania Rails to Trails Association. We use the Lauer Trail, and they are more than happy to support us, and we support them. And finally, a shout out to Pennsylvania DCNR, the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. We have Jonathan. He's the recreational forester at Rothrock State Forest. There's Mike Dinsmore, park manager at Greenwood Furnace, and Joe Basil at Canoe Creek State Park. With all of their support, hard work, and gratitude. It's because of these many individuals and groups that allow us to have you play in the woods for 23 hours. So thank you to them.
Thank you, everyone.
Maybe. Oh, hey, you know what? I forgot about also at the finish, some other sponsors that are helping us. There's Levity Brewing. They provide us with beverages, but post race. Buzzsaw Coffee will be there with coffee drinks, and Doan's Barbecue. They are bringing their food truck. We're putting together the what do you call it, the menu for the event, and because of your registration goes to so the beer, the coffee, the breakfast or lunch, depending on what time, it's on us. Just a way to thanking you for helping out help out during the race.
Not only will we have Levity's brews, we always keep a good stash of non-alcoholic around. Still currently shopping, haven't picked our brand, but for those of you who are making healthier choices than me right now, we'll keep the NAs available. We're glad to have something you guys can enjoy as well.
I thought you said mayonnaise. You lift up your glass, which is not mayonnaise, and I thought you said, "Well, keep some mayonnaise for you." Maybe is that a new thing? Is it something that we're going to do from now on? You get like a cup of mayonnaise to finish. That's how we giving people milk at the end of the race.
I mean, they'll need the calories, I guess. I don't know.
So. This is just off the cuff. We're glad to have Tailwind Nutrition being the hydration sponsor, but wanted to make you aware of that because sometimes in these long races you may get tired of Tailwind, so if you need something, we'll have, of course, water, but it's always good if you have, a packet of whatever electrolyte that you want, because trying to figure out what people want for electrolytes is like always a losing thing, because there's people that like Tailwind, then they don't like heat, and then they don't like heat, and they like Gatorade and Gatorade. So. If Tailwind doesn't agree with you, then just let you know, and make sure you take like one of those packets with you.
Between crew, drop bags, and your own pack, whatever electrolytes you like.
Very true. True. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention? Because I didn't want to be here that long.
No, if no one jumps on for questions in the next minute, like 30 seconds, I think we're good to call it.
Well, we do have Angie, like she was talking about Rainbow Trail. Um, I always like to call it "It's not all sunshine and rainbows" trail.
Perfectly
So
innocent. That might be a
yeah,
typo.
that might be a type, but yeah, it's a section after aid station 4. You climb up to the top of Tussey Ridge, and you're going along the top of the ridge for about a half of a 1.7 miles, and then you take a left down a Rainbow Trail, and that is how you would get to the next aid station at aid station 5, Coleraine. So it's there for a reason, you can say.
We're just treating you to a nice downhill. You'll love it.
Um, Thank you to Marlon. Conrad, who I think ran the no, Conrad was going to run the race a couple years ago, but I think he messed up his knee like 2 days before the race and had no didn't make it through, even though he made a good attempt. But anyways, he just wanted to mention that he ran from Pine Grove Mountain to Greenwood. And, okay, all right. Well, will you know where to go?
Yes, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
yeah. We rely on not just the Mid-State Trail Association, Rothrock State Forest, and also Standing Stone Trail, but we get a lot of reports from hikers from those locations. And hey, yeah, if you're running and you find a downed tree or something that is interfering with the course, give us a shout out, message us. It would be best if you take a picture of the blowdown or the obstacle, and if you could give us a very detailed description on where it is, like it's X amount of miles from such road, or anything that can allow us to pinpoint where it is, because it is a bitch to drive. I mean, to carry a chainsaw. If we knew that there was an easier way to get there, instead of saying it's somewhere up on this mountain, can't really tell you where, but you know so
Yeah,
so yeah.
keep the feedback coming. Thank you. We will attack them as we are aware of them.
Hmm. And so, will there be a cleanup day?
There'll be
Yes.
two
Well, we have uh we have what do you call it?
trail work
On
days.
registration, we do have a cleanup day after the event, where there we don't mark the course a lot, but there are places where we do flag the course, and we do need ribbons taken down. We always would appreciate help at the end of the race whenever we pack up all of our supplies and gear, and put it back into our trucks, and send it to storage. And
Now,
also,
what he's
if
asking
he's
about,
talking about what,
what he's asking about, is
I know
would
he's
June
talking
21st or
talking
June
about
28th?
the trail cleanup day, like the
Yes,
trail days, which we have too planned. I'm
21st
getting
and
there.
28th of
I
June.
went backwards, and then I'm
No, that's what
coming.
concerned me.
Well, true, yeah. Oh, that happens a lot. But anyhow, I we do have two trail days planned coming up. I believe it's what the last two Saturdays, last two weekends in June. Um, uh, we haven't decided which sections that we will be doing. Um, Probably, chances are one of them is going to be between aid station 5 and 6, because it's always a really tough section. But yeah, there will be two trail days coming up in the end of June, and just check out our Facebook page whenever we post all the details. So,
Excellent. Any more questions popping up?
well, we've got, just like hellos and highs and stuff like that. So we can just go like hi, like your one of our former colleagues at World's End, she was co-RD, and then I became co-RD, and she is now back into the groove of things, and she's a very prominent volunteer in a lot of these events. It's Jen Watts, so she says hi, and Angie Cato. I believe, they are from North Carolina, and they came up last year. Angie and her husband, and they're back again. This year. And maybe just a quick going through some of the registrations that I have seen, like welcome back, Emily Flynn. He just completed Cocodona 250. And I don't know, she said she didn't get enough rocks in the desert, so she is coming back again to race. We have, I mentioned Conrad Graybill. He will be back. There are some other names that I just can't think of off my head, but yeah, a lot of people are coming back to see if they either can be faster or complete it. You know, I don't know why. I mean, we always make people aware that this is a tough race. And on our website, we say that, the finish rate is, 50 to 55%. And I always get a kick whenever I'm at the start line and tell people this. People are like, "What? I didn't know." So, yeah, make sure you read the website, the description, and if this is you know, your type of jam, then yeah, sign up.
Awesome.
So you won't see our faces online for another, I don't know, what do you call it?
Month.
Well, month,
Word
yeah,
is a month.
until we do the other uh, race briefing podcast live stream. So you'll see us there. But before then, you'll see Patrick at Fern Rock Aid Station at World's End, the last aid station on the 100K course. And I will be floating around there somewhere, since I'm kind of like co-RD. So I'm kind of the slave and servant to David Walker, the RD. So I'll be moving around here and there. So I guess that's it, because I've got nothing else.
No, sounds good. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hit the Facebook page. Any questions you have, scouting reports, you want a training run, just get in touch. We'd be happy to hear from you. And if you don't get in touch with us, still wish you the best on race day.
Yep. And yep. See you then. Happy trails and cheers.